This is the great advantage to stopping at one of these passes. Here we are at Woody Gap. A lovely lady walking up has just deposited her garbage into a bear-proof container. And what do we see over there? Everybody's favorite thing. A place to sit down when you need to do your business. And after that, on up the hill you go. All right, good morning folks. We're at Woody Gap, getting ready to head off to the famous Blood Mountain and on over to Neel Gap. So it should be a good day of hiking. I think we're forecast to have some rain at about 2 o'clock, so I think we're going to test out our rain capabilities. You folks have a good day. We'll see how it goes. We're entering into the Blood Mountain Wilderness area. So we are at Woody Gap, Blood Mountain, 9 miles. Well, I've got into my first group of switchbacks here this morning. Back and forth up the rocks, working our way up the trail. I think the mountain is far too steep to climb straight up, so they allow us to work our way back and forth up the mountain. But it gets us there. A gentler approach. Because, you know, sometimes the head-on approach to life or life's problems, it's not the best way to do it. Sometimes we need to carve it into little chunks to try to accomplish it. So like on the trail here, you can't go through that no matter how hard I want to try. So let's take the switchback and move on up the trail this way. Makes the what is an otherwise formidable task much more likely to be accomplished. Although nobody said this was going to be particularly easy either. Let me see if I can scale my way up these rocks. Appreciate a good challenge though, right? Oh, there we go. Getting the job done. Throw a little more. Switch back in here again. It's all about progress. Oh boy. I think I got some work to do today, folks. That's okay. I do not mind. Nice little view at where we've been and a bit of view of where we have to go. All right, I'm going to get out of here and use these poles so I can get the job done better. All right, here we go. So we get our way up these rocks here. I'm giving you the pole cam right now so you can see not what I see, what the pole sees. Oh. It's at moments like this that I have to wonder, am I on the trail still? I'm not so sure. I wasn't, because there's the trail. It's easy to miss a turn sometimes, but nice to have the white blaze to a little self-correction, get you back going the right way. Well, here we go to our first mini summit of the day, or at least our first view of the day. That looks pretty nice. Let me turn this corner, get up on this big old rock. Yeehaw. Very nice. Good morning from Preaching Rock, the first stop as we head north out of Woody Gap, moving up toward Blood Mountain. Every now and then when you're walking along the trail, you'll run into a white blaze over a white blaze. And the significance of this is that there's a turn in the trail that you need to pay particular attention to. Now, typically, whichever side that the top white blaze is setting to is the direction that you need to turn on the trail. But in any case, once you see one of these, as soon as you start heading on down the trail, you want to make sure that you find the next white blaze along your way. Because more than once in my life, I've been walking down the trail and found myself not on the trail anymore. So good to check yourself after seeing the double white blaze. Just a little bit down the hill after that previous double white blaze, we run into another. I think it's kind of a good idea that probably an area where people commonly get lost. I wish life were so simple that you knew that an important turn was coming up, and then after you had made that important turn, that there was a sign that you were on the right path. Lord knows, once or twice in my life I've not taken the right path, turned the wrong way, and the signs weren't there as quickly as I would like to have found them, but I suppose those things make us stronger too. The challenges of life. All right, well, we're going to head on down the hill here. Hopefully we're on the right path still. I'll keep my eye out for the next white blaze to make sure that I'm going where I'm supposed to be going. Have a good morning, folks. Yep, and there it is. I had to walk quite a ways before I got to the single white blaze, knowing that I was going the right way. I was beginning to get a little bit worried, thinking, oh man, I might have to walk back up that hill. But there it is, comfort. Here's a little sign that tells us that there's some camping, but the U.S. Forest Service is also telling us, warning, hazard trees in area. I'm not sure what that means. Perhaps there might be some old trees that might fall in your tent site. I think I'll move on. I just ran across a ridge runner. Appalachian Trail Conservancy has people this time of year that they walk the trail to make sure that people are okay. And in this case, this gentleman happened upon a campsite where somebody had left some hot coals. So he was literally running down the hill to try to go get some water so he can pour on it to make sure that, you know, the wind doesn't kick up and cause a fire out here. So just some more awesome people out here on the trail. Hey, check out the burl on this tree right here. This thing is monstrous. This section of the trail has been rather bleak. It's like the trees have rained down the branches over the years. It's so interesting that you'll find some sections of the trail that are so full of life, and some sections of the trail that just look like, I don't know what in the world has happened here. I think the last time I made the climb up to Blood Mountain this way,
Had to be back in maybe 1995 or something like that. So well over 20 years ago since I last made this walk. It does not disappoint. Still looks as good as it did back then. As challenging as it was, and probably my extra 20 plus years doesn't make it any easier, but in some ways I think I appreciate it more. Cool rock formation over there. Love the green moss. Awesome rocks over here. The mountain laurel coming out of the top. And we're gonna go ahead and walk right through this. Perfectly lovely. Just want you to take in this view that we have from the toilet on top of Blood Mountain. Yep, there it is. So pretty excited to be up here on one of the icons of the Appalachian Trail here on Blood Mountain, the Blood Mountain Shelter. I've heard stories that it might be a bit haunted. A lot of folks are a little afraid to camp in it sometimes, I think. But also, there's a pretty heavy bear presence up here too. So if you're gonna decide that you want to stay in this particular shelter, you better have a bear canister, because you might get some visitors in the middle of the night, which might make for an interesting hike, or maybe not. Anyhow, I'm pretty tired and hungry, so I think I'm gonna get something to eat. Well, let's take a tour of the house here. You can stay here if you like. It's an old fireplace, but it looks like they have closed it up so nobody can build a fire in it anymore. You look out the window, the beautiful views. Go into the adjacent room here. Nice place to stay. Again, awesome views out the window. And take a look at this whole beamwork that's been done in this place. I think somebody said that this is the oldest shelter on the Appalachian Trail, dating back to the 1930s and the Civilian Conservation Corps. I would say a distinct advantage of climbing the mountain on a cold, somewhat rainy day is you get the mountain all to yourself. I've seen a lot of video of people up here, and it seems like Blood Mountain always has a whole lot of folks all over it, but today I've got it all to myself. Got the shelter to myself. It's been really, really weird. I'm in the middle of the bubble, hiking bubble, but I literally have seen 3 people today. So not sure if people are just kind of hunkering down because of the weather, or maybe I've just kind of found myself a hollow spot in the trail. Either way, I'm enjoying it. Check out these hand-hewn logs, and then these interesting joints. It's like it's not one beam, but they tied 2 of them together. And they all seem to be like this. In any case, somebody put in a heck of a lot of work in order to put up this building, that's for sure. The view from the doorway of Blood Mountain Shelter. You step out the door, and this is what you see to the right. And this is what is to your left. Someone has picked the perfect spot to build an awesome house. So when I had and set my my hiking poles down over here, and thought I would take a rock, climb up through these rocks so we can see what's up here. Looks like the wind is really picking up as I climb up through here, so it may get a little fuzzy. My legs are pretty spent. Having a challenging time getting up there. What an awesome place to be. Well, the Blood Mountain Shelter. We're going to go ahead and head down off the mountain because the rain is picking up. And I know the old saying goes, you can only get so wet, but it's pretty cold out today and I don't want to find out how wet I can get. I'm walking up through here and just about couldn't figure out where to go. Looks like the trail went that way, but luckily there's a big white marker right there that says, hey, you got to go scrambling over these rocks right here. So here we go. See if we can get through all this to continue on the trail. Oops, sorry about that. All right, well, happy to not get lost once again. Happy to keep moving on. It's been quite an adventure today, I must say. The trail has been interesting. All right, well, looks like it's we're going to continue to scramble around these rocks right here and find our way up and over. Woohoo! See if I can get over these rocks here. All right. All right. Looks like if I stay to the right there. It's kind of fun up that way too. Let's go this way. Okay. Down here. Around this tree. All right, we'll try this. Get myself all jumbled up in this. Well, I'll say whoever laid out this part was just having a great time. They said, let's see how interesting we can make this trail be. Well, my apologies for the bumps and jiggling, but it's about the best I could do. All right, I'm going to check out with you and we'll find you later.